Happy Monday folks, and welcome to MBE Box Office, where we discuss and break down the top 10 best performing movies in the United Kingdom's box office. And Stephen, this is for the weekend of August 16th to 18th, 2019. What do we have in as a newcomer at number one this week?
It's a newcomer in this country, John, but it wasn't in the US for 2 months. It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's in its first week, obviously, and it's grossed 5.1 million over the weekend, 7.5 million overall.
Yes, Stephen, £7.5 million is a pretty strong start for what is probably a reasonably low budget movie, $90 million. I'd say that's low to mid budget movie. That's a decent start. Overall, it's now sitting just shy of $250 million. I think this is the best performing Tarantino film to date. And look, I've seen it, Stephen, I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to get into any great detail discussing the movie. It's coming up in the blog rundown. We shall give our thoughts there. All I will say is Leo and Brad deserve Oscar nominations for their performances. It's my second favourite Tarantino film of all time now. So
I'll hold my thoughts back till the blog rundown, John. But we'll move on to number 2 this week, and it's fifth week. It's The Lion King. It's grossed £2.5 million over the weekend, 66.8 million, just under 70 million overall.
In 5 weeks, Stephen, 66.8 million, did you say? That is absolutely incredible performance for The Lion King, a movie which was derided by critics and just these so-called film experts far and wide. They says it was hollow, a soulless experience. This was the nadir, or nada, however you say it, for Disney remakes. This was a sign that the well was running empty. Well, it's not. It's grossed over $1.5 billion worldwide. There will be a sequel, and there'll be many more Disney live-action remakes still to come.
Yeah, we'll move on to number 3, John. It's The Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Its third week now. It's grossed another 1.4 million over the weekend, 16.2 million overall.
Yeah, Stephen, a 51.4% drop in its third weekend, 16.3 million though is nothing to laugh at. That's a pretty good performance for a spin-off to the also hugely popular Fast and Furious franchise. Worldwide, $588 million, just shy of $589 million, $200 million budget. Tyrese Gibson was laughing his little head off after its opening week, saying that it's you've done well, Dwayne, you tried, but no luck, or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing massively, but he's not laughing so much now. It's made a profit, and I'm sure this will embolden Universal to try more spin-offs involving Dwayne and perhaps Jason Statham, but not Tyrese Gibson in the future.
It's not going to bother Dwayne Johnson for one thing, because he's involved in so many franchises. This is just one of them. But we'll move on, John, to number 4 this week. It's Dora and the Lost City of Gold. In its first week, it's grossed £1.2 million overall.
Yeah, Stephen, I think this is based on a children's TV show.
Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer, yes. And obviously it's a Latino lead actress. Yes. I think this is them trying to obviously throw a bone to the Latin American people. It's not really worked, because I've seen the likes of John Roker and whatnot, and prominent people in the film industry in terms of critics side anyway,
Isabella
lambasting it. Isabella Mona, yeah, she was in what was it called, the family film with obviously, what's his face, I forgot his bloody name, absolutely shocking. I always do this, I throw myself under the bus.
Mark Wahlberg, I know what film you're talking about.
Yeah, she was great in that. She's a good actress, but it's not been enough to soothe obviously the Latin Americans who are perhaps this is for. It's to embolden them and make them feel proud and see somebody representing them on the screen, but it's not worked, Stephen. $60.5 million though. Only had a $49 million budget. I'm sure it'll maybe break even at best, but I'm not going to go and watch it. It's not my cup of tea. I've never seen the TV show.
We'll be talking about it though, John. We'll be on the blog rundown very shortly. Instant Family was a film.
Instant Family.
Yeah, I will move on to number 5 this week. It's Toy Story 4 in its 9th week now. It's grossed another £1 million over the weekend, and overall £63.2 million.
Yes, 9 weeks, Stephen. £63.2 million is very impressive indeed. Again, just over $1 billion for the Disney Pixar movie. Spoke about it to the death, really. Story didn't quite connect with me on some level, but still a great little crafted movie, as you'd expect from Pixar. Lots of themes going on underneath the surface, and great aesthetics and superficial stuff for the children, but it's an absolute success again, Stephen. Hope for the last one.
Yeah, I think it will be, John. Number 6 this week, it's Good Boys. In its first week, it's grossed £800,000 over the weekend and £1 million overall.
Yes, Stephen, I wait to see this one as well. £1 million is okay for a $20 million budget movie in the United Kingdom. It's obviously R-rated. It's not R-rated, it's a 15, I should say. Over here, that may equate to an R rating over in the States. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. It was very funny in parts. I thought the young trio of actors were very good. Jacob Tremblay, I think, was one of them.
Yeah.
They obviously held the movie on their shoulders very, very well. They helmed it with confidence. I thought the humour was great, the chemistry was great. I liked the story. There was some important messages there for perhaps younger people. Sadly, they will not get those messages because the movie is not available to them. It's a 15. So I don't know what Seth Rogen
when they grow up.
Yeah, they'll get it when they grow up, but it'll be too late by then, Stephen. But look, just shy of $50 million anyway. $20 million budget. It's doing swimmingly.
Yeah. Blinded by the Light is coming in at number 7, John, in its second week. It's grossed £400,000 over the weekend and $2 million overall. Not too bad, Stephen, for obviously a very small budget movie, I'd imagine. This is one about the young chap growing up in England, I believe, whose hero is Bruce Springsteen, and his music shapes and forms his young life and guides him through whatever journey it is he's going on. I've not seen the movie. No. This is all hypothetical from me. But $8.2 million in the States. I don't have any budget information, but it must be reasonably small, Stephen. That would make this probably about $12 million overall in terms of cumulative gross. It's not too bad. I think the cast as well. I don't think there's any standout actors in there, John, to sort of add to the cost of this movie, but it's doing okay. I probably will catch this at some point as well. Quite interested in that. But we'll move on to number 8 this week. It's The Angry Birds movie 2, and its third week now. It's grossed £400,000 over the weekend and £3.4 million overall. Yes, Stephen, this is also the sequel to the Angry Birds movie, funnily enough, which I have never seen. I've not seen this one either, stating the obvious there. Bit silly of me. £3.4 million though is okay for a bog standard Sony Columbia animated movie. $65 million budget. Worldwide, it's not so rosy, Stephen, for this movie. Not that £3.5 million is rosy, and by any means it's not. But just under $75 million worldwide. That's not good. That's looking like a floppity flop. It's still doing better than that Playmobil movie. That's out the top 10. Yeah, thank God. One film that isn't out the top 10 yet, it's been in the last 7 weeks now, John. It's Spider-Man Far From Home. It's in its 7th week. It's grossed £400,000 over the weekend and $36.5 million overall. A splendid success, Stephen, for the movie, but as we have subsequently found out, it had absolutely no benefits. It wasn't beneficial in any way for keeping Tom Holland as part of the MCU. They've had a bit of an issue, but we'll speak about that on Heroes tomorrow, I'm sure. Yeah. $160 million budget, $1.15 billion worldwide. Hugely successful movie. But look, Stephen, I don't know I think this is the best performing Spider-Man overall. But I think in terms of domestic in the United Kingdom and in the United States, it may not be the case. I think perhaps Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 may still be the better performer, but just as a cumulative gross, it's the most successful Spider-Man movie of all time. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so did I. Clinging on with its life, John, in the top 10. And its 11th week is the Secret Cinema's Casino Royale. Yes. It's grossed another £300,000. I'm saying another. It's been £400,000 for the last 10 weeks. This time it's £300,000 over the weekend and £5.6 million overall. Yeah, Steve, it's dropped just 0.4% again. It's dropping very small increments, and it's £5.6 million overall. 11 weeks. I think this may have been bolstered, Stephen, late in its run by also the news of can't even Let It Die or whatever the hell it's called. It's out my brain already. The Bond 25 movie. It's soon to come out next year. That's how memorable that title was. I've already forgotten it. Don't Die or some shit like that. I'm not a Bond fan. I did enjoy this one though. And I've not had an opportunity to ever experience a secret cinema movie, and I don't know whether to be pleased about that, Stephen, or to be upset. But one thing's for sure, it's not harmed the box office success of this latest venture from Secret Cinema. But look, Stephen, that is going to round up this week's box office. What did you guys make of the various different movies in this week's top 10? If you've got anything to say, you feel compelled to put it into written form down below, then you can let us know what your thoughts are on the performances of the various movies, artistically, financially. Like the video if you have enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the content. You will get more if you do, and me and Stephen will both be back tomorrow with MBE Heroes.